After setting up all the prerequisites that we saw in the previous video, let's get into the actual HP Aruba Networking Central on-premises software installation procedure. If the versions are the same on all the nodes, skip this video and continue to the Central on-premises installation cluster setup video. First, let's log into ILO. If this is your first time logging in, use administrator as the username and the password displayed on the device. Now let's configure the RAID settings. On the ILO overview page, navigate to the HTML5 console. Once the console opens, select the power button at the top of the page. Then, click on Cold Boot. Select OK on the pop-up window. Wait for the system initialization to complete. Then, press F9 on your keyboard or click System Utilities. Once the System Utilities page loads, navigate from System Configuration to Controller. Controller to Array Configuration. Finally, from Array Configuration to Create Array. On the Create Array page, select all options available. Then, click Proceed to Next Form. On the Set RAID Level page, select RAID 0 from the drop-down list. Then, click Proceed to Next Form. The Set Logical Drive Configuration page allows you to configure the logical drive label, strip size, unit size, SSD over provisioning optimization, and acceleration method. Once you have finished making any updates, click Submit Changes. Click back to Main menu to return to the Controller menu. On the Main menu, navigate from Array Configuration to Manage Array. From Manage Array to Array. And finally, from Array to List Logical Drives. Select the logical drive that you've just configured. Click Logical Drive Details to confirm the changes that you've made to the RAID level settings. Once complete, exit the HTML5 console window. Now we can configure the boot order. On the ILO overview page, navigate from Administration to Boot Order. In the Boot Mode menu, select Legacy BIOS. Ensure that CD/DVD drive is listed first and followed by hard disk drive in the Server Boot Order menu. Use the up and down buttons below the Server Boot Order menu to change the order. Click Apply to confirm the changes. Next, navigate from Remote Console and Media to Virtual Media to mount your ISO image. On the Virtual Media page, select your Virtual Media URL under the Connect CD/DVD-ROM menu. Ensure that Boot on Next Reset is enabled. Finally, click Insert Media to mount your image. Wait for the virtual media to load. Once the CD/DVD-ROM is connected, select the Power button at the top of the page. Then, click on Cold Boot. Select OK on the pop-up window. Navigate to the HTML5 console window to view the installation details. The installation process takes around 45 minutes to complete. If the reboot stops before the installation is complete, you can manually reboot the server. Click the ILO icon on the top left corner of the HTML5 console window. Navigate to Power. Then, select Reset. Once the server finishes rebooting, we can update the system configuration. If this is your first time logging into the server, use COPADMIN as your ID and the serial number of your device as your password. On the main menu, select System Configuration. Then, navigate to Network Setup. Under the Network Setup menu, there are two options available: Permanent Network Settings and Temporary Network Settings. Since this is a temporary network, we will configure the temporary network settings. In such cases, the permanent network settings must be configured after the package is installed. Now, use List to view the available interfaces and select your 10 gig interface. Finally, enter your IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. Now, we will install the apps package. Navigate back to the console main menu. Navigate to the File Operation menu. Then, select Upload via SCP. Now, we will copy the file from the remote server to the COP server. Enter your username, the build server location, and the file path in the following format. Username at hostname:filepath. When prompted, enter the password. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once the file has been copied, verify the calculated MD5 sum. Now, navigate back to the main menu. Select Install COP software. The file that was copied earlier will be displayed. Enter the file number to install the package. The installation process takes around 45 minutes to complete. Once the software is installed, reboot the server through the ILO interface or the console. Ensure that the server is rebooted before cluster setup. If this step is missed, the cluster setup will fail. Next, log into the server. Use COPAdmin as your ID and the serial number of your server. The serial number can be found on the overview page. As mentioned previously, we will now configure the permanent network settings. From the main menu, navigate from System Configuration to Network Setup. Go to the Permanent Network Settings page from the Network Setup menu. Use List to view the available interfaces and select your 10 gig interface. Now, enter your IP address, subnet mask, gateway, and DNS server. Next, enter the COP hostname and FUDN. Finally, enter your time zone. The console will now list the updated network settings. Ensure that these details are entered carefully since they cannot be changed once configured. Now, we have set up the HP Aruba Networking Central on-premises server. Similarly, you have to set up 3 servers, following the same process. Post setting up the servers, you must set up the HP Aruba Networking Central on-premises cluster. Thank you for watching. For any queries or feedback, you can write to us at hp-aruba-techub-india@hp.com.